Yo, what's up, family? What's up, friends? My people. I got a video for you guys on Apld today. And this is not financial advice, and this is also a follow-up video because I've done an Apld video previously, and Apld is just still hot. It's still a hot data center play that you should at the least put on your watch list and keep this on your radar because in the near term, we could be on our way back up, and in the long term I just think it's a solid data center play because it's the leader in the data center space. So with that being said, I'm gonna get right into it. Data centers need power, and that's what APLD brings to the table. They bring power. They power these data centers, and as the power source, they've got this $1 trillion bottleneck that is going to produce revenue year over year over year, at least for the next several years. As far as the time span that I look to is as far as making long-term investments, mid-term investments, and sometimes even short-term investments. Because as a trader, sometimes I'm in, sometimes I'm out, sometimes I hold. It just all depends. A stock could start off as a trade and end up as a long-term hold because it just does so well. It's good enough to keep in your portfolio as a foundational play. And APLD could one day be that play. The demand is massive. It outstrips supply following the watts. Following the watts means where is this energy and where is this power going to come from? If you follow the watts, who's putting them watts out? APLD. APLD is already in position to power these data centers, whereas you got other companies that are just going to be picking up the rear. They're going to be following APLD's footsteps and not going to have the toehold or the stranglehold on the revenue that APLD will have. So you have to follow the power. And the power right now is with APLD, and that's what their investment thesis is. Follow the power, and if they have the power, that's where the companies are going to go to. They have a contract or contracts worth $11 billion with CoreWeave. And if you don't know now you will, because CoreWeave is associated with NVIDIA. So these data centers and these power plays, these CPUs and GPUs are looking to who's going to power that next generation of data centers and units that are going to be outsourcing all this power and all this energy. And APLD is positioned for it. So you follow the power, the infrastructure that powers and makes everything possible. You're going to be interested in APLD. You're going to have other companies coming out. You got cloud computing companies like Iron. Then you're going to have Cypher. You're going to have Riot, TeraWolf, and who partners with Google. All these are growth companies that will one day, or in the not very distant future, be very profitable companies, and companies that you wish you had invested in now, and thanking yourself later for these companies. So they have multi-billion dollar contracts, and the infrastructure will take competitors years to replicate. And that's similar to what I was just saying, because as close to a sure thing as you will get to something that is going to be a good return on your investment, it's the closest you're going to get. Nothing in the market is guaranteed. Nothing is for certain. But if you want to play now, that's going to pay off in the next 2 or 3 years. APLD is a play, maybe even sooner than that. I plan on having some skin in. I already have some skin in the game, which I've already made money, probably several thousands of dollars. I don't even know how much. I'd have to go through all my sales of APLD to find out how much I've made on APLD up to this point. But you'll be able to see on this where I sold 10 contracts for $390. That was right at $4,000 with one sale. And that's just 10 contracts. That didn't even count the 2,000 shares that I owned and sold. So it's a money maker. APLD is a money maker. So I'm just tapping in to put this on your radar to give you a little bit of information about APLD. They're a high performance computer HPC infrastructure founded in 2021, based in Dallas, Texas. APLD builds and operates purposed built data centers optimized for artificial intelligence and cloud infrastructure. So that's just what's hot right now. And you want to be in an industry leader when you invest your money. You don't want to invest money in a company that's up and coming and doesn't really have a plan or have any money. APLD just got out of the hole. APLD will officially be profitable on their next earnings. They've made over 100% year over year in earnings. And for AI compute providers, they need reliable space and purpose-built space for GPU cluster for training and inference. So you want to have this on your radar at the least if you don't want to invest in it. It's a long-term, they have long-term multi-billion-dollar contract, 15-year lease with AI cloud provider CoreWeave. CoreWeave is partnered with NVIDIA. They have Polaris Forge 1 campus, and that deal alone is just where the $11 billion in revenue is going to come from. So they have GPU power clusters that train and serve large language models and other AI workloads. So it's just a ton of things. Follow the watts. The megawatt, the 200 megawatt at Polaris Forge 2 for an estimated $5 billion in long-term revenue. So those megawatts are going to generate committed AI compute capacity, and it's going to make this company even more relevant, more profitable, more revenue, and more worthy of you looking into. So I'm gonna make this short. I'm gonna keep all the videos in the near term short because I'm gonna focus on one stock at a time instead of trying to rush through 3 and 4 stocks because I think I can give my information out. I might not be the most articulate, but I'm making a lot of money and I'm spending a lot of time and I'm putting in a lot of work and I'm sharing that work with you. So if you appreciate that kind of effort and that kind of attention to detail, hit that like, hit that subscribe, join me on this journey. I got a small account going. I took this small account in my first month from 1,000 to 10,000, and then they crashed the market. But even though they crashed the market, that $10,000 is still my account. My $1,000 account is still over $6,000, which is up well over 30%. So anybody else coming at you with an account that's up over 30%, a small account over 30%, and is doing what I'm doing and trying to help you make money with the small account, then that's where you should look at. But if you want to join a small account challenge, make money with me, take chances with me. I take risks, but I take calculated risks. I take educated risks. You have to risk because everything in the market with any investing, any trading comes risk. But if you take educated risk, calculated risk, and you do your own research and you understand these charts, you understand market structure and when to get in, when to get out, then you'll do very well in this market. You can trade in a demo account if you don't really know what you're doing yet. But for the traders who already know and already know what this could mean for APLD and its potential upside, then if you know, you know. So with that being said, I'm gonna get on out of here before I get to rambling. Peace, y'all.